to watch some TV. I never watch some TV. It's time for me to write a new song. It's just that easy. Just watching TV. Hey, look at that. It's Fred and the Flintstones. That's a song now. I got a song now. Yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo. Ha ha dee, ha ha ha, ha ha dee, ha ha ha. Say dee, ho ho ho. I'll be rich, you'll be poor. All be patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions.
Whenever I randomly break it down like that, Mrs. always like, did you breathe? he lets me just break it all the way down and bust a sweat. And then he's like, did you breathe? That. What is it about when you get older that you forget to breathe when you exert that kind of energy? Okay. Let me turn that volume down. And turn my volume down because the lungs are heavy. They're not as heavy as they have been, but they're still heavy. And Mrs. been taking care of me and making sure I'm forced to take care of myself. Can you believe? That's why my eyes went bad. I'm going to semi-deny that I owe it all to age. But we used to have phones. The i4 was this small, y'all. That's why we can't see. That's why we can't see. Look how small that is. No wonder we're blind. Although the Samsung is practically a laptop. That big ass thing. I can't. Not because I don't want to, because where am I going to put it while I'm out in public? On my body. Because if it's deep in your purse, you can hang it up. You ain't getting no phone calls or messages or whatever till you get home. There's nowhere to put it on my body. And then if I do take it out and use it, everybody standing over my shoulder can read and see everything that I'm looking at. So that's a no. Forcing myself to drink some water. I'm still going from hot to cold. I have to drink some water to feed myself. Hot again. It ain't news. Y'all know I've been sick, so last night I put my head wrap on, but quite frankly, it came off before I even went to sleep good. I'm taking the 3 twists and plaiting them for stretch. It works just like banding. Take these 3. And plait them for stretch. So they're just plaited flat twists. So still plait twists. So I'm going to take the ends of these in the front and pull them top back here and clip that back with a smaller clip. Okay. Hemp water. America got a lot of fucking nerve.
But when I looked for a simple flavored water in stores, I realized that everything had diet sweeteners or some sort of sugar. So I started Hint to help everyone fall in love with water.
A Hint.
Oh, Hint. Okay. I was going to say, if they out here selling hemp water and they spent all these decades, I just ran into this at the grocery store a couple of months ago, right? And it was so awesome because it was still, even in conjunction with my meditation, it was still very helpful. This is some good stuff. So for people who have been colonized to believe that cannabis is bad for you, well then, just get you some hemp. I'm going to patronize you and make you think I believe that hemp and cannabis are not pretty much the same thing. Okay, so let's just say, for the sake of colonization, that it's not. Get you some hemp oil and shoot down a tablespoon every day. Every day, have a tablespoon. It's awesome. Don't cook with it. Not meant to be cooked with. But yeah, so I saw it on the grocery store counter. I was like, oh my God, America tried it. They got a lot of nerve, but okay. America been showing a slip, so we know who she is. So anyway, so I bought it. It was great. So I was like, damn. I was like, I'm going to get another one. So after we finish this one, this is empty. And I'm going to put my other oils.
Infused tonic.
So I'm going to put other infused tonic in here. But, so yeah, I went and got another one. I was like, oh, damn. We were enjoying it so much. Mister was like, how much are they? I was like, I was thinking about going in and just emptying the store because you know what society we live in. I was like, this will go up there. People will start getting healthy and they'll take it off the shelf. Bitch, why have I not seen this on the shelf the last 4 shopping trips? So I'm afraid they stopped selling it in the grocery store. And because I believe it's going to be nationally legal. And my concern about that is the government's access. Never mind. Anyway, so I told Mr. I was like, yeah, I was thinking about going and emptying the store and giving them out, to our family. Just a handful of them. All my sisters, all my family, except those that are plagued with addiction. And that's really sad. Because cannabis can also help with addiction. But once you know a person has or develops an addictive trait, you don't want it to then become a gateway substance, because I think that's the thing. I think, supremacy was able to tell us that it's a gateway drug and you believe it. Once you do this, you'll do everything else, which is extreme, which is the extreme opposite. I mean, cannabis is so fine the way it is. There's really no need to do anything else. But if somebody already has an addictive trait, then whatever they do, they're going to be obsessive with it. So yeah, for people with addictive tendencies, I think there needs to be a special, very quickly, of all the lies that they've told us, I believe that there are some things that they've told us that are actually real. And one of those things is that, they put fluoride in toothpaste, for the health of your teeth. In fact, they made those little pink pills. Do you remember that? Are you old enough to remember that? They had these little pink pills that when you went to the dentist, you chew up this pink pill, and it would leave pink spots on your teeth where it used to have plaque, and that would help them clean everything from your teeth, because it attached to the plaque. It didn't taste bad, but I'm saying that to say, they told us for a couple of decades that fluoride was good for your oral health. Then we've come to find out fluoride is poison, straight up poison. Even when your mouthwash and mouth rinses had fluoride, because it was so good for you. It was supposed to be so good for you. And then remember, they went a whole generation of telling us that eggs were a source, eating too many eggs were a source of high cholesterol. Eggs! And then there was a commercial. I'm going to see if I can find it for this video. There was a commercial where they had to switch the narrative, right? So the commercial had this egg going to the doctor, an actual egg. Went to the doctor, and he hopped up on the doctor's table, and the doctor used I have one of those, where they test your reflexes. And so the doctor hit the little egg's knees, and the moral of the commercial was, oh, we thought you had high cholesterol, but you don't. You ain't got nothing to do with high cholesterol. So egg hopped up off the table and was just healthy as fuck. So, okay, eggs are on again. Oh, remember the whole milk campaign? That only stopped in recent decades. Milk, it does the body good. Drink milk. And then all of a sudden you got people saying that dairy is horrible for your body. Produces mucus and everything else. But they were telling us it's a good source of vitamin D, calcium, good for your, calcium, that's what it was. Good for your bones, your skin, your hair, calcium. Source of calcium. And then with this vegan phase, like y'all know something, they tell you the milk ain't good for you, don't drink the milk. I happen to believe that milk is not good for you, even though I used to love it. It was so refreshing. I come home from basketball practice and have a big ass. I literally have two glasses this big of milk. I would take it out. But it seemed like when I became an adult, I stopped drinking milk. It was just inconvenient to go and get. And then when I got married, Mr. doesn't do milk. So the only reason I buy it is to cook with it for the most part. I might now and then dip my cookies in them, but not generally, because I can still enjoy them without it, and it's not that big a deal. And again, I literally just cook with the milk. It got to the point where I think I should go back to that idea. But I use milk so little now, it got to the point where I was going to go get the powdered milk. Since I only cook with it, I only need it for cooking. And so then I don't have to worry about milk going bad, because I waste a whole gallon of milk every shopping trip. Right? Because like I said, I only cook with it. And you don't always need milk when cooking. So by the time my milk goes bad, I've used about 4 cups tops of milk. But then when I go buy the milk, I have to get a gallon, right? Colonization. And that brings me back to the point I was originally going to make, about them going back and forth with certain products. So milk was good for you. Milk, it does the body good. Got milk. They had a whole ass campaign for both of them decades. Milk, it does the body good, and then got milk. And so then we learned that milk is bad for the body, for the human body. Animal milk bad for the human body. Everybody's drinking almond milk and stuff, which is not good to me, which is crazy because I love almonds, but almond milk is a no, a strong no. Oh, and cereal. We also use it in cereal, but we don't even eat cereal like we used to. The only cereal I'm eating lately is oatmeal. Again, don't need milk for it. Now we back on the milk is not good for you kick. And I actually believe that. And the reason you going my indigo-ness is inspired to believe it because of my question and everything. And one of those questions is, why does a full-ass gallon of milk cost less than a half gallon, a quart of milk? A half gallon. Why does a whole gallon of milk cost the same as a half gallon? Thereby, subconsciously, economically forcing you to buy a whole-ass gallon. So that makes me suspect, which makes me believe that milk is not good for you. Yeah, and remember one time I was telling y'all about potatoes? Again, same with potatoes. Why a 3-pound bag of potatoes costs the same as a 10-pound bag of potatoes? Why are they trying to get us to eat milk, drink milk, and eat potatoes? So that makes me think it's something wrong with those things. So I said all that to say, I really do believe, I also believe that an apple a day does keep the doctor away. That was a short-lived mantra, wasn't it? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. You don't hear that no more. And I'm guessing because what they don't want you to do is keep the actual doctor away. So, since I've been sick, actually, that's a lie. I just started doing it the day before yesterday. I've been sick. But it occurred to me, well, I believe that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And I also believe that citrus prompts weight loss. I'll get on that in a minute. But yeah, I believe an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I've never been an apple lover because when I was young, they used to give, I don't know if it was just black kids, but they used to give us those red Washington apples where the skin tastes like plastic, and the inside, if it gets spongy enough, tastes just like soft. You know how watermelon gets when it gets old? The inside of it look like that. So I never did like apples. Like, I can't eat the skin. But when I do get a good apple, I have to bite it. This is how I used to. Well, I can't say I used to because I didn't eat apples. But when I ate an apple every now and then, those fucking Washington apples, I bite it off and I eat the inside. Eat the meat. Off the skin, just have skin. Or I would take a bite and eat the meat like that. And because the skin was so plasticky, I could just take the whole skin out. But the skin is edible, so not that that's not edible, but it wasn't. Fast forward 2011, I randomly ran into Honeycrisp apple. Oh, no, 2010. Mr. Sister was telling us about these apples. She loved these jazz apples, temptation apples, and piñata apples. I don't even know why I remember the names of those apples. She was just going on and on and on because she was on her health kick for a minute. Jazz, temptations, and piñata. And she was like, oh, you ought to try these apples, whatever, whatever. In one ear and out the other because I've never been an apple girl. Well, for some reason, I went into the store and I saw these Honeycrisp apples. And they were expensive as fuck. And I was like, why? And normally it's not me to buy something that's more expensive just because it's more expensive to see what the hoopla is. But that's what happened. So I got a couple of Honeycrisp apples. Bitch. I became an apple girl on the spot. And those of you who have been here for a minute know that I went as far as to buy a Honeycrisp apple tree. Because you can't just plant an apple tree. Those of you who don't grow your own vegetables may not realize it. I didn't either. That apple is the one thing you can't get a seed from and plant it and expect to get the same kind of apple tree. It might happen. It might not. As a matter of fact, probably won't. So I actually bought a grafted, because they have to be grafted, Honeycrisp tree. It didn't make it. Because I kept it in a pot. And only in the ground would it work. And I don't want it in the ground because I'm not going to have apples all over the yard and attract birds and other such critters in my yard. That's not going to, that's what's not going to be. That's what's not going to be. We got a mulberry tree, and I feel some kind of way because I did feel like we would do okay with a mulberry tree, especially if it was going to be back far in the yard. I mean, we don't have to worry about the birds back in the corner of the yard if that's where we're going to put the mulberry. So I wanted a fruity one, but Mr. wasn't cooperating. So he said, we can get a mulberry tree, but we ain't getting no fruiting one. And so we got one, and it grows like a mushroom. It's really pretty cool. But I wish it had actual mulberries on it. Breaks my heart. Because I grew up with a mulberry tree in my backyard, and it was the shit. I love them. They're not too sweet, but I can't explain the flavor. They're like no berry. They're not like red. They look like, raspberries and blackberries in that, but they're mulberries, and they are so delicious. I miss that. But anyway, so I tasted these apples, fell in love with them to the point where I bought a tree. Tree didn't work out, so I had to keep buying the apples, which really takes a bite out of my pocket. But once you taste these apples, they're really addictive. So, hence me eating this. They're never this small. Mister got these. He got a bag of supposedly Honey Crisps. But they were kind of small, and I never seen no small Honey Crisps like that. But they're still good, and I'm sick, so, and they're going bad, so, or getting old anyway, whatever. They cost me so much money that when I was juicing my vegetables and putting apple in there, I had stopped for a while using Honeycrisp apples to see if I could afford it. I could just eat the Honeycrisp apples by themselves because they're so delicious. But I probably could settle for a regular apple in my veggie juice, right? So I did that, but Honeycrisp made all the flavorful difference, and it made my actual vegetable juice delicious. So I had to keep spending the money on the Honeycrisp, and that's what we've been getting ever since. Now, my story about, this is going to be a whole fruit salad vlog, ain't it? So, story about my citrus history. I'm going to tell you this, and then I got to get some. Man, I didn't eat no fruit but mulberries when I was young. Mulberries, and we also had a honeysuckle vine. And so we used to, I don't know if you know about that, we used to pull the pistil out, and then there would be a little drip of sweetness, nectar on the end. And you just suck it off the little pistil from the inside of the honeysuckle flower. That was delicious. Not very filling, because it was just literally a little drop of nectar on the pistil. You pull it out, delicious, and keep it pushing. So, I guess I was kind of a prima donna when it came to oranges, because I actually liked oranges. I liked navel oranges. But the only time you could get me to eat an orange is if somebody peeled it for me. I know it's uppity. But to me, peeling oranges, like, the outer skin wouldn't come off in one piece. Like these, I'm going to get to that. The outer skin wouldn't come off in one piece. Matter of fact, the first time that I had bought a regular size orange was the last grocery store's trip. And let me show you these big ass oranges. They're so huge. They're navel oranges, but they're so huge. Like, why, right? It's like a grapefruit. grapefruit ass navel orange. Never saw one this big. The reason why I wouldn't eat oranges unless somebody peeled it for me is because I always had to get someone to start it, to peel it for me, and then it would squirt. See, I don't like that. I'm not about that life. I need for it to come off all in one thing. This will make the first time, because Mr. been peeling all these for me. Look, they come, it's just, at least it's coming off in chunks though, right? So anyway, I never ate oranges unless someone peeled one for me. And I wasn't about to go around asking people to peel me an orange like a princess. So I never ate oranges. Now, since we've been here, they came up with cuties. Now, again, I've never been much of an orange person. But the package said seedless, cuties, seedless. And I was like, huh. One of the other annoying things were all the seeds, in the orange. So I was like, let me try these cuties. I know vegans, I know. They swear that everything without seeds is a bastardized Monsanto product. So, and maybe it is, but you just do the best you can do. What you can do, all you can do is all you can do within your means. I say that all the time. That's the motto. That's my advice motto. Look how big. They're really good. They're not too sweet, but they're really fresh. There's nothing bitter about them. Even the rind that's still left on there, the white part of the rind that's still left on there, is not bitter. So I started buying cuties because I tried them because they were seedless. And when I got them, not only were they seedless, but they peeled off in one piece. I respect that. I respect an orange that can peel off in one piece. Ah, shit. I meant to try that candle idea. They say if you cut your orange in half and dig the meat out and leave this centerpiece intact so that you just have it cut in half instead of peeling it like I just did, and dig the meat out and you have it cut in half like so, and you fill it up with olive oil and burn it. They say it smells like just an orange candle and it burns for hours. I meant to try that. I'm going to try it with the next one. I'm going to let y'all know how it work out. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try it in the next session. These are so good. But anyway, I'm a cuties girl. But just like with everything else, when I got turned on to cuties, they stopped selling them. And I was like, God damn, I should have known. So they stopped selling them. But then I saw a commercial where cuties got into bed with McDonald's. And they started putting them in the Happy Meals. This was probably a year before last, 2016. But I wasn't going to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal, to get a Cuties orange. I ain't gonna do it. So I had to skip oranges for a while. But recently, I saw Cuties again. So at the time, Cuties were in the store. Halos were too. And I tried Halos because my homeboy's son did a Halo commercial, so that made me biased. So I was like, well, let me try these Halos. But them Halos, them little bitty oranges, they peeled well. They peeled nicely. But them suckers had so many seeds. Like, so many seeds in them. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to do this. Cuties, it is. I'm back on Cuties. So, yeah, that didn't work. Recently, I saw Cuties back in the store, but they're not the same. They're not as sweet as they were. They don't taste like this anymore. They don't taste like this anymore. Because Cuties taste a lot like this. Speaking of citrus, when I was super young, I hated grapefruit. That was the one thing my mom could get, and we were, you know how the kids always like, I want some. Mom can't have nothing to herself. If my mama wanted to have something herself, she could get grapefruit juice. Because I was not about that life. I was not about that life. Now, I could eat grapefruit with sugar piled on it, but then what's the point? So I was like, nah, you enjoy that, Mom. Enjoy your grapefruit. But when I became a young adult, I actually went on a grapefruit diet. Because that was a hot and popping diet going around at the time. So I did pretty good. That reminds me of something else that happened during that time. I'm going to cut this out as a story time.